So you said that he drugged and assaulted you. You said multiple times.
Yes.
Right? You were a teenager, an
Yes.
aspiring actress. What do you believe happened?
Well, there were several occasions that I woke up out of a very confused state, not in my clothes. There was an occasion at his brownstone in New York City where I had gone for dinner and had one glass of wine with dinner. There were staffers there. The house was mingling with people. And before I knew it, I was with my head over the toilet, throwing up, and he was holding my hair out of my face while I threw up, and I was in a white t-shirt and my panties, and he was looming over me in a white robe.
And so you were at his house at a dinner party, or were you there to be with him?
I was there alone, and he had been mentoring me and grooming me. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and when I was 17, my agent introduced me to him to groom me, to mentor me, to get me ready for show business, and part of that was bringing me to New York City.
Did he ever make advances towards you when you weren't, because you believe that you were drugged, when you weren't drugged, did he make advances towards you?
It was a very controlling and manipulative environment. It was very, very controlled, very isolated, and there were twisted things. There were telltale signs.
But nothing overt.
There was something pretty overt in Reno, Nevada, but by that time I was very much under control and under his thumb. And I don't recall that there were drugs involved in that
after the
incident.
initial time you spent, you said Reno, Nevada, you also went to, I believe, Atlantic City.
Yes.
And you put yourself in a position to be close to him again. What, was that naivete? Was that youth? Why would you do that?
I would say that is, it's so many different things. Victims of sexual assault go through so many different things. I was young, I was in New York City. He and my agent were subsidizing my housing and my acting classes, and my job was to focus on acting, do what I was told, stay on the straight and narrow. And when things started to happen with him, I couldn't go to my agent. I was terrified of her, and I was terrified of him. And he would say things, if I started to ask questions, or I would get, the confusion from the drugs, and I'd be asking questions, he'd say, well, you were drunk. And I would say, well, I wasn't drunk, but I can't let my agent know I was, in that position. I'm supposed to be working hard in New York.
How do you think he drugged you? Do you have any idea? No?
I never saw any drugs, but I would wake up completely confused, half-dressed, and knowing that my body had been touched without my permission.
You have struggled over the years to have your allegations taken seriously.
Yes.
And it wasn't until a comedian recently talked about it, and this is, some time later, almost 30 years later.
Actually, no. I've been speaking out publicly and trying to have the story believed and heard since 2004.
Do you think it's been taken seriously enough?
It's starting to. I'm really glad now. It's a relief to know that the critical masses are starting to finally pay attention. It's been a long, hard, lonely, dark road.
You've never taken legal action, though.
I didn't. No, I didn't. And I didn't. Why didn't I? Well, I tried. I told my agent one time. She did not believe me. A friend of mine in '89 took me to an attorney. He laughed me out of the office. At that point, nobody would believe me. He was Dr. Huxtable. He was America's dad. Everybody loved him. I loved him. I wanted him to be my dad. And nobody believed me. And I was so broken down at that point and had gone through so much of having my mind completely manipulated. When I got kicked out of New York City, they put me back to Denver with the clothes on my back. My things got locked in the apartment. I had to sue to get my things back. I regrouped, came back to New York, and I just said, I just have to put this away. I have to just get on with my life.
Cosby, through his attorneys, has repeatedly denied sexually assaulting anyone. Now, this is according to the Washington Post. A representative for Bill Cosby did not return multiple calls and emails from Washington Post staff for comments on Barbara's op-ed. Today, we spoke to a representative of Bill Cosby's who didn't want to address the resurfacing of the allegations.